Sorry to interrupt this great video, but please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you. Now back to the video.
People generally speaking fear what they don't understand. Maybe you don't, but I think a huge percentage of people fear what they don't understand. And it's complicated and you don't know where it's going to go. Um, it clearly is the type of thing though that is like a tool, right? It's going to make some things worse and a lot of things better. Your small business owner example is a great one. It's going to help that guy's business.
How about this? The internet. It has killed retail, but it took 25 years. Like it killed malls, but it didn't do it in 2 years. And the people that were invested in malls that paid attention 15 years ago were getting out of malls, right? Like, so they got out of the business.
Yeah, sure.
So you're going to have a heads up on stuff. Nothing happens overnight. Even if it kills consultants, it will be over a decade that it will kill consultants because not everybody's going to use AI, just like it took our grandpa and our dad's years to figure out the internet. So
Right.
things just, everything needs to bake. Oh, give you an example of this in sports. So when the college football playoff was announced for 12 teams, eventually 14, 16, it cut right down the middle. There were the people like myself that are like, oh, this is awesome. December is going to be awesome. These bowl games are so dried up. Like, we got 45 bowl games. I watched 4. I thought it was obvious. Like, December now is going to be even better, and December is great with NFL playoffs. And we saw that to be true. But there was another group, including a lot of the media, that said, oh, it's going to kill rivalries. And my take is when Texas played Georgia last year, it was the highest rated game, right? I think before the national championship. That's not a rivalry. People watch good. When Texas plays Ohio State on Fox over the Labor Day weekend, people watch good. And they'll watch it a second time. You watched Oregon, Ohio State the first time.
Sure.
Well, it was a terrible game, but you'll watch it the second time. So my take is it doesn't matter. We watch NFL football. Teams can play 3 times in a season. I remember years the Steelers and Ravens played 3 times. I watched all of them. So that's like, to me, I was shocked by the number of people that were college football fans, like diehards or media, that were like, this is bad. It will kill urgency. Well, what it actually did is it allows teams now, like Ohio State and Texas, to play opening week, and whoever loses is fine. There'll be more big games in December and more big games in September.
Do you think it makes the week 1 game less big though?
I watch great. Live Golf heads to the JCB Golf and Country Club July 25 through the 28, one of the world's best new courses. The venue will have its own home team, Majestics GC, featuring Ryder Cup legends Ian Poulter and Lee Westwood. So this is the last event before the season enters its final stretch. So there's only 3 events to go after this one, and it's tight at the top of both leaderboards. So in the individual stakes, Joaquin Niemann leads John Rahm and Bryson DeChambeau. The field features a total of 14 major champions, 16 Ryder Cup stars, including Rahm, DeChambeau, Phil Mickelson, Brooks Koepka, Dustin Johnson. It is an all-star loaded field. If you want to catch any or all of the drama from the JCB Golf and Country Club, follow Every Shot live on Fox Sports.
I know you do. You are a super fan of college football. Michigan, Ohio State last year, the loser of the game wins the national championship.
Yeah.
And on some level, not to a Michigan fan and not to an Ohio State fan, but to a guy who went to Syracuse, it did take away, and I watched it and I will still watch it. It did take away a little bit of the first Michigan-Ohio State game because it objectively matters less.
But it didn't take it away in the moment. As Michigan was shocking them as a 20-point dog, it didn't hurt then. In retrospect, you look back and go, well, it doesn't feel as big. Well, that's like saying a year after you got a Christmas present, I don't feel the same today as I did a year ago when I got the Christmas present.
No, I know, but you take the lesson and you go forward with it and you say there is some like the NFL has expanded the playoffs, right? Easier to get in. We love the playoffs. It's more football. Week 17 was terrible because most of the teams were like sitting guys. And teams have been eliminated. And it's like, oh, well, what's the difference between being the 5 seed and the 6 seed? Like, we're in. It doesn't matter. We're gonna sit guys. We're gonna play guys for a quarter. So I think there is a trade-off that comes with more games and all that. And with college football, listen, I understood. I always was like, more games I am going to watch. And
more big games.
More big games I am going to watch. But I had a hard time with the college football argument for the expansion of the playoffs was like, how many times in the BCS era even did you feel like the 5th best team in the country deserved a shot at being the national champion? I didn't think that it existed. Like, and so if your argument is, well, expand the tournament, get them in, and then any given Sunday they can, or any given Saturday they can win it, that's fine. But then it does take away a little bit of the regular season to me. And again, I will watch, but my guess is as they keep expanding this playoff, people will come away with it'll blend together, and the week 6 game is not going to feel as big.
But in mid-October, double the number of teams to triple are still in the hunt for a 14-game playoff or a 12-game playoff, where it used to be, if you lost a game in September, you lost another one, you were done. And so the last
no
6
doubt.
weeks of the season, you're out and going to talk. Now, like Ohio State loses to Oregon, then they lose to Michigan. You're like, shit. Oh my God. Ryan Day is going to get fired if they lose to Tennessee. So the story went from winning to Ryan Day's getting blown. Oh, they just blew out Tennessee. Well, he better beat Oregon. Oh, they blew him out. Well, they better beat. So the story changed from just the game to, are they going to blow up Ryan Day's career? So to me, it pivoted from, okay, Ohio State's still going to get in. But remember the story before the Tennessee game? Ryan Day can't lose or he's fired. So there was a different drama. It wasn't, and nobody thought Ohio State, most people, even in Columbus, didn't think they were going to win a natty after losing to Michigan. People were like, no. They were like going overboard.
Yeah, they were. It was insane. And now you're going to get games like Arizona State's going to, they made it and it was a nice story. And then the spread in the game was like 20 points.
Right.
Like for a college football playoff game. It doesn't, that part of it is going to feel a little weird to me because can they win? Yes. But like, was there any part of you that thought that Arizona State could have gone on a run and won the national championship? No.
But
Zero part of you. So it felt a little bit like a waste of time.
Okay. But I think there's only 5 teams that can win the Super Bowl next year going into the season.
But that's just not true. That's just not true.
Well, Kansas City, Buffalo, Baltimore they've just got better players, better coaches.
Yeah.
I think we both think Denver and the Chargers are interesting, but Bo Nix hoisting a trophy seems rare. We know Philadelphia is really, really good, and McVay and the Rams will be there. And then there'll be a couple of really interesting teams. I don't think Brock Purdy now with an older team and a shaky O-line works. But I've been arguing this for years. There's way less parity in the NFL than everybody thinks. And the reason I know that, because for the second year in a row, I can pick the division winners easily in the AFC. And it's getting to the point when picking division winners in the NFL, 6 of 8, is not that difficult.
Okay, but do you think Washington could have won the Super Bowl last year?
No. There's always a shocking team. I had picked the Rams the year before as the shocking team. I picked, by the way, last year, Washington and Denver to be the shocking teams. How did I do that? Well, because I think they were so poorly run with Dan Snyder that all the new guys, easy division wins against Dallas and the Giants. So I actually picked Washington and Denver to be much better. Like this year, I think it's obvious. New England and Tennessee are going to double their win total. So even the surprises are pretty. I've done 4 years in a row where I've picked the double your win team. It's going to be New England this year, and
Chicago,
Tennessee. So let's go to Chicago. I I don't I find the division very weird.
Oh, listen, I mean, we could go, we could do the, listen, we'll do a lot of Bears at some point before the
Yeah.
year.
Here's the
Um,
thing. Big advantage to the Bears.
yeah, they got a lot better.
JJ McCarthy, you're going to see it very quickly, is not what people think. And the Lions lost both coordinators. So whereas we look at the AFC West and go, God, that's a good division. We say that about the NFC North. We don't know about Jordan Love. We really don't. JJ McCarthy is a C quarterback. You ever seen JJ McCarthy's fourth quarter college stats and playing from behind fourth quarter stats in college with Michigan and Harbaugh on that O-line? They're terrible. Detroit's pulling back because their O-line in the middle is a mess and they lost both coordinators. That is a real bonus. That division we think is really it's well coached. I think the Bears have an opportunity to win 10 or 11 games. I don't think it's as good a division as people think.
Well, then they would be a double your win team if they can get to double digits. I mean, I think that having the level of coaching in that division is just very, very, very high, and so
Yes.
I think that makes the worst team in that division. Like, let's say you're right about JJ McCarthy. He still has Kevin O'Connell, Jordan Addison, and Justin Jefferson. Like, they got Kirk Cousins to be near 5,000 yards. They got Sam Darnold $100 million. Like, JJ McCarthy doesn't need to be awesome in order for that offense to be pretty good. And let's say Minnesota's the worst team in the division this year. They won 14 games last year. Like, it's a pretty good worst team if that's what they are. Or if the Bears are the worst team in the division, that's a pretty tough worst team. So, like, even if they're not top heavy dominant, I don't see there being any team in that division that's just like straight up bad. There's no Cleveland Browns in that division. You know, there's no Jets, there's no Giants, there's no pushover there. So I think that's what's going to make it tough, is that they each just have to play each other 6 times, and the team that does the best in that division might go 4-2. You know, they might just beat each other up this year.